rock with a drop top. I ain't come just to flex.
Hey guys, it's your girl Shmi Beyond here, and today I am at the lake. Today, as I was on the road, I was thinking I should definitely start vlogging like different activities and like things that I'm doing. I don't know. Maybe let me know what you guys think. But right now, this week, I decided I'm having a self-care week. You know what's really fucked up is that I watched the show. First of all, shout out to you guys who watched my first video, okay? And now we're just diving right into it. So I started watching the show, and it kind of triggered so many emotions for me. Basically, the show was called Made, and anyone who's seen this movie and has a kid and who has experienced domestic violence could definitely relate. I was hooked. I literally watched the entire season. I'm not gonna lie, this whole week. I'll tell you, I am not a person who watches TV. I barely watch TV, but it just made me think about my experience and kind of validated it for me that yo, I was actually in a domestic violence relationship. It sounds kind of weird to even say. And I'm going through my own shit with, my daughter's father and stuff like that. And it's damn, this shit is real. And it was based on a true story. And I really felt it because it just made me think about so much other stuff. So that was the show. And yes, I can relate to some of the things that happened in the show and everything like that. What it actually made me think about even more deeper, building on to what I have already been thinking about, is that yo, this cycle continues unless you decide to stop the cycle. Even there's her mom, how her mom is in the show. I'm gonna stop talking about the show now because I'm just gonna talk about how it relates to me. Basically what I got from the show is that trauma bonds are a real thing. There's our friends and our friends' parents and our parents' parents all have trauma, so do we. But it's really up to us to really change that dynamic and create a different sort of reality. So, specifically talking to my girls, just probably because I'll be more able to relate with y'all in this scenario. But daddy issues is a real thing, and even our mom's trauma and our dad's trauma and our parents' trauma, they had trauma from their parents, and then their parents had trauma from their parents. And basically now we are what the fuck is happening to us right now? What the fuck? Why are we like this? And it's literally up to us to be okay, you know what? I don't want to be with guys who take advantage of me. I don't want, I know I'm fucking special. Yeah, I know I'm different. I know I'm gifted. I know, okay, yes, I know. But it's why the fuck do we keep wasting our time and learning lessons along the way with guys who are not even at our level? For real? And that's trauma. That's honestly trauma. Trauma. It's trauma. And so, and I am not speaking out of place of judgment. I'm speaking out of place of experience, and this is just my experience and my observations. And I've done a little bit of research and deep diving into my emotions and why some women, including myself at a period of time, wanted somebody. Why did we not just want ourselves? Why were we not good enough? I for sure love myself, but obviously not enough to allow myself to get into certain types of relationships. Lost my career, lost my job, lost a lot of things, but also gained a beautiful daughter. So for everything, there's a reason, and there's a path for everybody. And it's we ask ourselves yo, how the fuck did we get into this scenario? Right? How did we get here? How did we really get here? But it's just part of the journey. It's now I'm supposed to be the person to share my story so that I can help somebody else get through their story, because I'm telling you guys, this show super made me aware of a lot of different things, and also validated certain things for me that I was experiencing. And then it's yo, it's just thoughts you have in your mind, because it's when you're in that type of relationship, nobody knows the real truth other than you and that person. Let's be real. And so anybody who's ever been in a domestic violence situation can definitely relate. It doesn't have to have been violent. It could just be like aggression, control, or all the above, you know, whichever. It's fucking traumatizing, okay? The shit is fucking traumatizing, okay? When you're strong, you just kind of plow through life and you're like, okay, yeah, that happened to me, but it's fine. It's like, I'm actually good. I'm actually so good. But no, like, you actually need to deal with that shit, though, because, like, you actually need to figure out, like, okay, how the fuck did you end up in that relationship? And that's kind of where I'm, like, kind of flashing back to. So me and my partner have been separated for, like, 2 years now, and that's how I ended up in Montreal, basically, just to, like, leave that whole relationship just there where it was in the GTA and then come all the way here to Montreal, because I was like, okay, I need space, for one. I need clarity, I need freedom. This is enough, and I don't give a fuck how I do it, but I'm gonna do this. And so I did it. Now I'm like, okay, the playback. Okay, how did I end up in that relationship? Oh my gosh. Okay, whoa, trauma. Didn't want to be by myself. I was charmed, I was manipulated, but also because I was vulnerable. And it's okay to be vulnerable, but it's like, why do we feel vulnerable? Why did I feel like I can just be by myself in that moment, even though I know that's what I actually needed? Why did I not do that? Because I didn't want to be alone, or for whatever the reason was in that moment. And it's like, okay, the cycle needs to stop. Cycle needs to stop. And as women who are experiencing those types of emotions, when it comes to like relationships, and always feeling like we need a man to validate us, to make us feel good, we like that need of like attention and like want people to want us, even though it's like we're actually enough. But for some reason there's that like feeling of like, oh, I like you wanting me, you know, even though it's like, I know that you're not good for my life, and it's like, what are we doing here? And so now at that like point where it's like, okay, you know what, no more trauma bonds, you know, no more making excuses as to how we ended up in these fucked up weird relationships. Like, nope, we're not doing this no more. I actually seen a Reiki master too. She's so amazing. I love her. Shout out Annie. I'm gonna go see her this weekend actually, because like just going to her was so like relaxing, and she like, we did a guided meditation, she did a reading on me, and I really believe in like the universe really aligns what's good for you and like pushes out what's not good for you, but also puts you through certain experiences to overcome those situations, but also to be the person strong enough to share that experience, to help somebody else go through that experience. I like to think I'm like a vessel. The life that I live is like, it's just for me to teach other people and to show other people that it doesn't matter like what you've experienced, like you could get through it with the proper mindset. So I just wanted to share that with you. And you know, for my ladies who are you know, breaking generational curses, like let's get it. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. Breaking generational curses. So shout out to you mamas, because this shit is not easy, but we're doing it. So if you are a mom, a single mom, anybody who's experienced a domestic violence situation and are overcoming and just thriving in your life, and maybe you're not exactly where you want to be, but you definitely made progress, you know, shout out to you. What else happened this week? You know what, like the universe just realigned things for me this week. Like it's crazy, like so much has changed. Like with my mindset, I decided to take a self-care week. I've still been doing a little bit of work because I can't help it, but I've been like, you know, taking nature walks, and like I don't really smoke that much, but sometimes I like to smoke by myself just to like be in my little vibe. So I've been doing that, like writing stuff. I got a new notebook, and that's kind of how I deal with my shit when I'm going through my like ooh. And like, yeah, so things are making positive strides. And yeah, that's all for this week, I guess. I'm going back to the studio, so that's gonna be lit. And yeah, self-care week this week, you know. It's been a good one. So I might actually keep vlogging and keep you guys along the journey for the rest of the week, or I might close it up here. But either way, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching my channel and for tuning in, and more deep shit on the way for sure. But if there's anything else you want me to talk about, let me know. I would love to know and expand more in certain areas than others and whatever. So let me know. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Overcoming battles I've been fighting all my life. The demons that I face made me pick up the pace.